What can I say about the new Hitman trilogy that hasn't been said already? Probably nothing, but you can't stop me from trying. How else can we build our media empire if we shirk from retreading the oft-trodden ground? Remember to like and subscribe. I knew my hero's journey would eventually bring me into collision with the Hitman series, a series that until now I had never played. My reason for the delay? Well, for a while there, I wasn't allowed to play M-rated games, and then for another while there, I had other stuff going on. Plus, I saw one of the first gameplay demos for Hitman 1 back in 2014, and watching the demo player stuff someone into a wood chipper freaked me out a little bit. I'm happy to report that you don't have to put people into a wood chipper if you don't want to. Or if you want to put them in there and just not turn it on, that's also an option. But if Fargo is your favorite movie, that bit of the demo has indeed survived the cutting room floor. Aside from this being a slightly amusing anecdote about a younger, more impressionable me, this highlights the key aspect of what makes the World of Assassination trilogy so great. Here there be choices. Hitman is what you might call a sandbox game, which is a game characterized by its wealth of toys and tremendously unsanitary environment. A sandbox game is a game that has a lot of sand and a variety of boxes to dump NPCs in. It's a game that lets you play around. A variety of pre-designed avenues lay before you, and you can take any of them to kill your targets, or you can create your own.
I make my own luck.
This is accomplished through highly modular game design of the game's base mechanics. In games like Dishonored, Corvo's abilities allow the player a high degree of freedom to get wherever on the map they please, infiltrate the base where they can, and eliminate the target when opportunity presents itself, not necessarily just when the script says you can. Hitman is no different. The stealth mechanics, crowds, weapons, and the absurd degree of environmental interactivity are the modular base mechanics that afford the player freedom that feels limited only by their patience and creativity. Of course, you can't do anything you want, but within the game's established framework, the mechanics are designed well enough to make it feel like almost anything is possible. As you track your targets through these marvelously detailed and populated levels, you'll come across a bit of information about the target or a potential layout for a trap, and you'll think to yourself,
I've got an idea.
And most of the time, there's a good chance your idea will actually work. Yes, the more scripted setups are a lot of fun, but can feel really handholdy after a while. The most satisfying kills are the ones that result from player improvisation and experimentation. I found myself often running into situations like this. I poisoned the cake, but I used a non-lethal poison by accident.
You know, in my defense, your poisons all look alike. You might think about relabeling some of them.
So now, instead of the target dying, he'll just rush to the bathroom. So I guess I'll have to follow him in there and drown him while he yaks, right?
Wrong!
His bodyguards follow him in for moral support, I guess, but then after reloading the save, I noticed in the party room that there's a propane tank, and I think to myself,
I've got an idea.
how about I bring the propane tank into the bathroom and blow it up so he dies and his guards die at the same time, and maybe in the resulting confusion I can sneak my way out uncompromised. And you know what? This harebrained idea worked. Thanks, Hitman, for letting me try it. In this situation, I realized earlier that one of the targets at the Maldives resort comes back into the kitchen to sample a dish that the chef makes her. I could have easily poisoned the food, but I noticed this big, glorious oven and its conspicuous potential to explode.
I've got an idea.
So I went downstairs, KO'd a maintenance guy, grabbed a wrench, hustled back upstairs, tossed a coin to distract the head chef, tossed a coin to my witcher for the memes, started the gas leak, and made my way just outside the kitchen to admire my handiwork. Herein lies the true brilliance of this trilogy. Anytime that little murderous light bulb goes off in your head, it's probably a viable method of execution, no pun intended, and if it's not, some slight variation of the original idea most likely is. The game does such a good job of introducing and implementing its core mechanics in each level that it becomes clear what will work and what won't work as you spend time in the game. It also helps massively that the developers have designed the experience to be iterative and non-punishing if you do something quote-unquote wrong. Just reload an old save or restart the level and you're back to square one. Getting bored of the silly? Getting tired of the sneaking? Feel free to treat Hitman as Psychopath Simulator. I certainly do sometimes. The game punishes you for it with a bad mission rating, but the ease with which you can reload saves within levels or simply just replay the level for a different experience encourages you to try out all sorts of different things. There's a lot to like about what IO Interactive have built with these 3 games. We've gone over the sandbox nature of the mechanics obviously, but I also have to praise the sprawling and vibrant level design as well. Level design remains my most major issue with the open world in another modern stealth classic, Metal Gear Solid 5. At a certain point, the game basically resets, and you will find yourself infiltrating the same outposts you saw a few hours ago, over and over and over. Also, to be frank, they all start to look the same anyways, as they all take place in basically the exact same environments. Hitman's levels feel like worlds unto themselves and are so different from one another that simply switching locations can give you a second wind whenever you find yourself getting bored. Crowds feel more alive and thoughtfully designed than in any other game I've played, and there is so much to find in each map that it's almost overwhelming. We haven't even talked about the escalation challenges for each level that add sets of bite-sized but genuinely challenging missions that will take you to areas of the map that you just probably missed in your original playthrough. There's also sniper assassin and elusive targets. There's just so much game here for you to game. In this year of our Lord 2024, there's really no reason not to pick this up. I bought the trilogy on sale for like $30 and have spent a comfortable 90 hours playing across the 3 games without even coming close to doing everything. Release your creativity, scratch that social stealth murder simulation itch you didn't know you had, and play these games.